Y'all, I'm trying to find the words to say, but all I keep saying is God is really amazing. Like, God is amazing. God is amazing. I think a lot of us feel forgotten by God. I know I have. And you're like questioning why God is doing what God is doing. And you're like, for what? You did this and this and this. It makes no sense. Why would you do that? What was the purpose of that? But I'm in a season where I'm finally seeing the work God was doing in the background for me, and I'm finally reaping the fruits of my labor and the fruits of the Most High's labor, because I feel like God was going harder than me in the background. The past, not even week, God has just been showing the fuck out in my life, in my best friend's life. And I'm just really grateful. Like, I'm really grateful. Like, even from the small things. Earlier today, I have $13 in my account, right? But I'm like, I need deodorant, but I also want to see Wicked. Now, usually the tickets for Wicked on Tuesdays is $5, but recently it's just been $10 because it's close to the holidays period. So I was going to go see it today because it's like, whatever, I'm going to pay $10 today. I would be paying $10 on Tuesday. Like I said, exactly $13, but I really needed some deodorant. And I'm like, damn, I got to find a cheap deodorant, but deodorant is expensive, honey. So I'm like, all right. So when I'm going to Walgreens, I'm like looking around. I'm distracted because I'm on the phone, but also I'm just distracted by, I'm getting a little bit stressed or whatever. I'm probably like always stressed, honestly. So I'm seeing everything. I'm like, oh my God, $4 or $5. And this is travel deodorant. The shit is expensive as hell. And I'm like, yo, I just need something that's like $3 or less, or something that will come out to $3, something or less. And then I look over, I see this Dove, this little travel size Dove. And mind you, it was there the whole time, but it wasn't until I just started. I don't know what I did. I guess I stopped stressing as much. And I'm like, okay. And then I see this little $2.97 Dove. And I'm just like, you know what? God is amazing. It's like, God is amazing. And I'm like, if I can't, even though that sounds very simple, and it's like, girl, why are you stressing about that's what was going on? And I'm just so thankful and grateful. Like, it's just the little things that are really big to me. But then the bigger things, God has been showing the fuck out. I'm contemplating on whether I should share or not, but I'm gonna share, because why not? It's a part of my testimony, and I'm really here to encourage people to keep going. Because if you feel like you've been forgotten and God has just left you, and you're like, God, why have you forsaken me? Like, what is going on? Why are you leaving me right now? I promise you, God is putting in that work for you. I just couldn't fathom it working out for certain people, but not others. It doesn't make sense to me. And it may take a little longer for you, but what God is cooking, he's going to fucking chef it up. Let me tell you. So I'm getting ready to move, y'all. That's a miracle and a blessing within its fucking self. Okay, honey? This has been such a painful, long, drawn out motherfucking journey of me getting my own space again, y'all. Thank the Most High for my parents allowing me to move back in after I moved from Louisiana and take time to heal and just be present here. I healed from a lot of my traumas. Got some new traumas last year, but I grew stronger from those traumas, and I'm continually growing stronger. I see how everything that has gone on my whole life, but especially the past 6 years that have prepared me for this moment. Because if I didn't have the past 6 years, or honestly a lot of what I went through in life, I wouldn't have had the resiliency to keep going. I would have been giving up, I'm telling y'all. And y'all, this has not been, like, sometimes when people say their testimonies, I think that it's like really smooth, and it's just like, oh yeah, it just flowed so well. I've heard that before, but for me, it's been rough. It has not been smooth at all, but God has still fucking shined through. And I don't know, maybe it hasn't been smooth because of me, or maybe it's just not smooth because God is preparing me for something bigger later on. But I have to go through this. Like I said, all the shit that I've been through in my life, it's up my resiliency. If I didn't go through all that, I wouldn't even made it to this year. I would have been took myself out. I'm gonna tell you that my mental health is not always the best, but I am here. So I'm just thanking God. God is amazing, okay, honey? And I'm not just saying God is amazing because God is providing for me. That is a bonus. I'm saying God is amazing because God is just amazing, period. When I was down and out and I'm like, God, you definitely forgot me. Now there's moments where I just like stood in that energy. There's other moments where I stated that energy, but I'm like, you know what? God is amazing. I just had to keep focusing on the little things, anything. God is amazing. God is amazing. God is amazing. Because I just wanted to trust in that. I just wanted to trust that God is amazing and God is showing up for me. But let me tell y'all something. So, right, they're like, oh, it's going to cost you $4,614 to move. Actually, let's just rewind it a little bit. So, originally, I didn't have a voucher. I was able to get a voucher. That was a very rough process. Shout out to my sister. My sister ate it the fuck down. Like, she really, it just brings me back. Like, everybody plays their part. Like, my sister's was working for the housing authority for I think 6 years. I can't even remember, at that specific location. But who would have known that her connections at that location would have helped me out 6 years later? And she doesn't even work there anymore. She works at a different location now. And it would have helped me out today. And it makes me reflect, damn, well, if somebody was in my position, they didn't have someone in there, they would have been really shit out of luck, or would have felt that way. It would have been even harder, and it was already hard for me. But God is amazing. That was just a part of my journey. God put her in that position, not just for me, but that played a part. And I would not be able to move if it wasn't for my sister and a few other people. I'm going to be quite fucking frank with you, and myself and the Most High. And I'm thanking God for the support. The support has been crazy over here. Okay, y'all. All right. So we get the voucher, right? Rough, y'all, rough. I had originally applied to my first apartment, but then, it was taking too long for me to get the actual voucher. So they removed the approval. So I'm like, okay. So then I had to apply to another apartment, and I was a bit upset about that because, this is hard inquiries on my credit report, whatever. But I'm like, okay, cool. So I applied to that. I get it. Oh, also, when I went back for that same apartment, the 742B, when I finally got the voucher, they're like, oh, someone took it. So I'm like, damn. So then I applied to 202B, which is 202. 22 is mastery, right? 2 + 2 is 4. 4 represents home. So I just feel like it was just meant to be. It's just amazing to me, right? So I'm like, okay. So I finally get approved for that. And then more delays came. The housing authority was taking longer to get back to me. Mind you, my moving date, it has to be on the 1st or the 15th. So I'm going for the 1st. So we're already about to enter week 2 of November at that point. And I'm like, yo, okay, I really need to get on this. So yeah. So the housing authority didn't reach out to me that second week. Then the third week, they're like, okay, everything started coming through. And then that's what I'm thinking, okay, I'm good, great. And then they're like, the apartment's like, okay, you owe $4,614 by December 1st. At that point, I only had 2 weeks to get $4,614, y'all. And I'm still in it, y'all. I'm not done with this testimony. This testimony is not finished, but I'm still going to share. So they said, oh, you need $4,614 to move in by December 1st, and you have 14 days. I started to stress to the fucking max. And I'm still a little bit stressed, but I'm going to get to the good part. But let me tell y'all, I started going in, researching. I'm emailing everyone to see who can help me pay the security deposit, because the security deposit was $3,165. So I'm trying to see who can help me pay the security deposit, who can help me pay first month's rent, who can help me pay. Like, I'm just doing so much and shout out to ChatGPT, because ChatGPT really helped me out too. Shout out to fucking Google, Chat, connections, God put me in the right place at the right time, talking to the right people at the right time, remembrance. God is amazing. That's all I can tell y'all. So I'm like, okay, y'all, it was rejection after rejection. They're like, we don't have any funds. It's the end of the year. So most of these programs have run out of funds. They're like, and I was calling like 100 numbers. They said, we don't have the funds. I was calling anybody, everybody. You sent me somebody, I'm going to call them. If I know you and I know like what you've done in the community, I'm going to ask you, like, do you know any resources? Like, I was really leaning into my community because I was struggling. Everybody's like, we don't have no funds. We don't have funds. Boom. Connect with someone. They have the funds. So I'm working with them for weeks. Mind you, I already had talked to them like a couple months for the past like 2 months when I originally got the first apartment, but that fell through. So when I got this one, I'm talking to them again. So it's art. And then I'm consistently talking about during this apartment, the 202B, consistently for like weeks, right? So then, after just a couple days ago, honestly, I think it was a couple days ago, within the past week, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to help you pay the security deposit, but we can only pay up to $2,500. And mind you, now I already have the lease. I have to sign it. And they're telling me you only have 2 days to sign the lease. I'm reading through it because I got to read every motherfucking thing. Anything I got to sign, I'm going to motherfucking read. And then I don't have the $4,614, and you're telling me now that you can only pay $2,500, which I'm super grateful for. But I need to find somebody, and then they're telling me you need someone to pay that $665. Either you have to do it or someone else has to do it, and we need a note before we can even. I'm like, what, God? What is going on, y'all? So every time, this is what it feels like. Every time I take one step forward, then a challenge comes up. But now how I view it, yes, a challenge comes up, but a solution also comes up as well. But before, it's just like, oh my fucking God. It's just like something, I'm like, I got it. Challenge. Stress the fuck out. Down. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, I'm expecting the challenges. I'm actually, you know what? Bring them on. Because my God, I'm telling you, God is amazing. God's going to make it do what it do, baby. And I'm not going to keep seeing challenges as a bad thing. It's strengthening me. It's shaping my character. I don't like it, y'all. I don't. But I know it's necessary within my journey. So I'm more accepting of it. And I'm being very brave right now when I'm just yapping, saying, bring it on. I really don't want it. But if it's meant for me to have those challenges, I accept it. Because now, especially now that I see the tangibility of everything and this even happening for me is a miracle. God is amazing. And also the reason why I'm sharing this, because typically I really wanted to keep this to myself, but I'm also sharing this because I want to encourage y'all to keep going. There's so many times I wanted to give up, but keep going. When it gets really hard, that's when you have to keep going the most, because a breakthrough is coming. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. But I also am sharing this because whatever is meant for me is meant for me. So even if people have ill intentions, ill will towards me, it doesn't matter. Whatever is meant for me is meant for me. Whatever God has for me, God has for me. And no one can shake, deter, or move that. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so I'm like, all right, now I gotta figure this out. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm talking to my mom. I'm crying to her. Last resort, I was going to ask her, but I really didn't want to. I'm like, nah, God is amazing. I don't want to keep being in debt and owing people because it's already expensive to move. Like, God is amazing. God's gonna show up and show the fuck out. God's gonna figure it out. So I just emailed her like, all right, I'm gonna pay for it. I want to pay the $665, and then I sent her the lease. I sent her a lease that I did not sign yet, but she just asked for a copy of the lease. She didn't say it has to be signed. She just said a copy of the lease because I wanted her to do whatever she needed to do to figure out if I qualified or not. Because I sent her everything else except for the copy of the lease. So once I sent her that, I knew she could start the process. And I wasn't going to sign the lease if I didn't have an idea. I'm the type of person, because that's a contract. Like, I'm going to have to pay that. So if I don't get the money, what the fuck am I going to do? But I also have to, it just takes a mustard. What is it, a mustard seed? A mustard seed. Okay, honey? I just need a mustard seed of fucking faith. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to do this, send her that, whatever. I kid you not, she gets back to me the next day. She said, oh, by the way, we're going to pay the full $3,165. I said, God is amazing. I'm like, I'm not even questioning it. I said, God is amazing. Thank you, God. I am so thankful and grateful. I'm so appreciative. Oh my gosh. Okay, right? So then, so now it in a matter of not even 24 hours, my bill went from $4,614 down to, I think it's $1,414. In a matter less than 24 hours. Oh, excuse me. It's $1,449, right? Because I had to pay the first month's rent and the amenity fee, right? Cool. And also because I already paid a reservation fee, my first month's rent, the amount that they gave me, it was lowered because they already had took the $250 reservation fee or whatever the fuck. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to pay the amenity fee. My spirit told me not to pay it, but I wasn't listening. I still get into my human bag, y'all. Listen to your spirit, y'all. I'm telling you, listen to your spirit. But I got into my human bag and I'm like, no, I just want to get this stuff out of the way. I'm getting stressed out. So I just paid the $150 for the immediate fee. And then I just had what is left over is literally, my first month's rent. Now, they said, before you move in, here's a list of things that you have to do. So I did pretty much all that, renter's insurance, whatever. Then they said, you have to put the electricity in your name. By the way, God is amazing. That's the only utility I have to pay. God is fucking amazing. Okay, honey? So then I'm like, okay, cool. So, I typed the information in on the website for the electricity to see, like, what's tea. I type in the information. They said, oh, in order for us to do this, you have to pay $761 for the security deposit. Now, I've never had to, I've lived in different states, but I think because the places that I lived were like student housing, all the utilities were included. I never had to put an electricity bill in my name. I've never had to pay utilities. Everything was just always, how do you say that? In the rent? God, tell me. Incorporated in the rent? Whatever. So, I never had to do any of this. So I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I said, $761, what the fuck? And they said, oh, it's based on your credit rating and credit history. So I'm thinking in general, that's what they're talking about. But I'm like, I know my credit score is not the best, but it's not the worst. God damn. I'm like, well, maybe it's just because it's a new service. So I'm asking my best friend. She said, oh, yeah, I've heard of that before, but I just go with companies that, don't ask for that, a security deposit. But I'm like, and she's like, do you have to use that one? I said, yeah. I think this is just the one in the area. This is just what we use. You know what I'm saying? To my knowledge, I never asked, but I just assumed yes. Okay, so then I'm doing research. Chat's telling me, well, since you're considered low income, you could probably get that fee waived. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, but they said, oh, you have to call. There's no button or whatever. You gotta call. So I'm on the phone. Well, I do a callback thing because they said, oh, the wait is like 30 minutes to an hour. I guess this is just we're basically damn near in winter. So I guess it's just, I don't know if the electricity company is always booming, but it makes sense it's booming right now. Okay, so cool. So they call me back. I'm yipping to them. And he's like, well, we can't find the address that you're giving us. I'm like, what? Like, I when I did it online, I got it to come up. That's how I knew I owed the $761. And he was trying to look up that information and didn't let me know if they could waive the fees, blah, blah, blah. It's like, we can't find it. I said, okay, I'm going to message my landlord. My landlord, I don't know. Well, I was messaging my leasing agent. She's saying something. She sent me screenshots of what she did, but I really didn't thoroughly look at the screenshot. I'm just like, yep, I did that. Yep. Okay, cool. So then it was the next day, and I'm like, all right, well, let me just look at these screenshots again, because I'm going to try to call him again, whatever. I'm looking at her screenshots, and I see how she typed it in compared to how I typed it in. I thought I had to put the management office, like, address, and then just put my apartment number, so 202B. But she was just putting my apartment number and then the rest of the address in. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, what the fuck? Let me figure out what I'm doing wrong. And then I'm like, oh my God. Y'all, whole time I was typing it in wrong. I think when I was putting that in, that's why I said $761. That's probably what they asked is, oh, I don't know, like the actual management office or whatever. That has to do with them. That don't have nothing to do with me. Right? Thank God that didn't go through, and that this is all. God is amazing. I don't know what else to say, y'all. God is just a fucking amazing. Like, so then I'm like, okay, so I finally typed it incorrectly, and guess what? They said, oh, you just owe $182 for the security deposit. Just $182. God is amazing. What can I say? So, just $182 from $761. So now, within less than 24 hours, we go from $4,614 down to $1,449 because God is amazing, right? And then we go even lower than that. We go to $1,299 because I decided to pay the amenity fee. Even though my spirit told me not to, I still decided to do it. So I paid the amenity fee, right? So now we're at $1,299. I have to pay that before I can move in. Cool. Then we have to add what I thought was $761. But then in less than 24 hours, that goes from $761 down to $182. So now I owe $1,299 plus $182. So y'all, now we're at $1,481. So now I got to take you back a couple days prior. So I'm at work and I'm just like, stressed out. But then eventually the stress subsides. Like, I don't know, my medication might be helping. But just in general, I just like to trust that God is amazing. So I think it's just a combo of everything, and me just knowing that stress isn't going to help. So I just feel really good. Like, that day just felt so amazing. Then my best friend's texting me all this amazing ass news on her end. And then we just started talking about God Olympics. We just been calling it God Olympics because God has been going ham. The breakthroughs have been crazy on both sides in our lives. God is fucking amazing. Like, I don't know what else to tell y'all. Like God, I'm telling you, within less than 2 days, God went ham in our lives. Like, it's just like something just fucking broke and opened up. All this greatness just flowed out. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so she's telling me this. I'm literally tears coming to my eyes, but I'm at work, so I'm trying not to show too much. I don't like people in my business, so I'm crying in front of customers and shit, but I'm just so happy for her. Like, I'm so joyous, the news she's giving me, whatever. So now I'm leaning into that energy because that energy is what resonates with me. I'm just a very joyous ass person. I like laughing and loving and just being just joyful and passionate and just kind. Like, I like that energy. That's the energy I want to be in. But I don't always choose that energy. But in this moment, I'm like, I'm choosing this energy, period, regardless of what's going on. So y'all, now I'm networking. I'm asking people at my job, because you never know who knows who. So I'm like, and while I'm researching shit, while I'm sending information out to make sure I get everything I need to off the checklist so I can get in December 1st, whatever. So then, people are willing to help me. They're thinking, they're trying to figure it out for me or whatever. So then I meet my old classmate. She comes into my job. She's come into my job a couple of times. Like, hey, girl. So we started yapping about something else and about a job we work together sometimes. And then we started yapping. I'm like, you know what? Let me ask you, because I remember where she used to work. I'm like, let me ask you. And she's like, you know what? I know the perfect person to ask. I'm going to give you her information. You say that you got the referral from me, or was referred by me. I said, okay, bet. I'm emailing her right now. So I email her and I'm asking for resources for the, I think it was, at this time, it was security deposit and or first month's rent, because at this point in time when I'm yapping to her, because we're going back a couple days, God didn't work God's miracle yet. Okay. It was the next day I found out, right? So, she gives me the resources. The first two resources she gives me, I'm like, okay, they already told me they don't have funds. The last resource, I'm like, yep, this is what I researched. I was going to contact them today, but she did tell me it was an online application. Thank God. Cause then I just did it online, waiting to hear back from them. God is going to do what God does best. Thank you. So, yeah. So anyway, then the next day I'm like, you know what? I have great news. Such and such is going to pay the full security deposit. And now I just need the first month's rent and the electricity bill. So good thing I kept yapping, because when I said, oh, I already tried these, I also just pointed out, yeah, I just need this, Like, I just kept yapping, because I'm going to give you more information. Y'all, if you know me, I'm very detailed. Look at this long ass story, but I'm very detail oriented, whatever. But it sometimes it can be overwhelming for people, but other times it benefits me. Thank God. God is amazing. So I guess I said enough in that message. And that's why we continue talking. Then the next day I told her the good news. And then I was like, I just need help with the electricity bill and the first month's rent. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm doing research, whatever. And she's like, and I was like, I already reached out to such and such, the ones that you sent me for the electricity bill, because maybe they have funds for utilities, but just not security deposit or first month's rent, whatever. Because when I was trying to do it on my own, it was saying like, well, do you have an organization like, helping you out, whatever? And I'm like, nah, I don't, but that's a good idea. I'd rather them, because they're probably going to it'll probably be more helpful if I go through organization as opposed to me just trying to do it on my own. And I'm just being referred by an organization, because that's what happened with the security deposit. I was referred by a different organization to that organization, and that's how I got it fully paid. God is amazing. Thank you, God. God is amazing. Thank you, God. Let me look within, because what are you talking about? So yeah. But so then she's like, you know what? I can help you out with the electricity bill. God is amazing. I said, oh, no problem. Well, just let me know, like what information you may need. She said, okay, I'm going to contact you on Monday. I said, okay, bet. Like, what are we talking about? Then when I was doing research too, y'all, and I be doing a lot of research. Y'all, I'm so excited to get back. I just love giving to people. I think this is the first time where I'm really allowing myself to receive. I'm always giving. But I love being resourceful. And God, I'm just so thankful and grateful to be in the position I am. It's been a painful ass journey, but I'm telling y'all, because I went through this, I just have a list of resources that I could give to people, like if they ever need any support. And I'm grateful and excited to give to them, because it's a rough journey to be going through hell and back, trying to figure this out. Your mental health is the shit. You can't get any help. Everybody's rejecting you, but you have to keep going. And I was built for this, baby. I'm telling you, I was built for this. A lot of people in my position would have been given up, and I don't blame them. This is rough. They would have been just completely clocked the fuck out. Okay, but something in there's just something in my spirit where resiliency is just in my nature. It's not a choice for me. I just keep going. It's something that is just innate for me to keep going no matter how rough it is. Even if it's not just because of God, because there's times where I'm like, God, like, what are you? I told you I would get in my emotions. I'm like, God, you hate me, and I hate you too. But there's just like a determination. I don't know how to explain it. There's just something in me where I just keep going. Period. I'm just unstoppable. There's something in my spirit that it's going to take a whole lot of shit to stop me. A whole lot of shit. I'm talking about the 29 years of trauma I've received times 1,000 for me and I don't even think that would stop me. And it's, in the moment, it sucks. But in the moment, I'm also grateful because there's a lot of people who would have given up. But now I've been through this. So now I can support, I can help. And I'm so excited, y'all. I'm happy to do this. I look forward to giving back in whatever ways God wants me to give back. But I would love to be like a resource navigator, really, really help people out. Okay, y'all. So now we're present day. Like I said, I'm still in this testimony, so we're going to see how it goes. I'm sure more challenges and obstacles will pop up, but I'm also absolutely positively sure that more solutions and God's work will show the fuck out and pop up too. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to allow my humanness. I'm going to allow my divinity, and we're just going to take it one day at a time. Because even though God has already done so much within 2 days total for me, I still get stressed out. I'm like, but my spirit told me, Ajay, don't you worry about that $1,299. Don't you worry about it. Immediately. This is before I knew about the 761, the 182, whatever. My spirit told me it's paid, so I'm gonna say, Ashe, amen, you got it. God is amazing. So every time I get stressed out, I just say, God is amazing. And I redirect myself and focus on the things that God has already done within my life, my best friend's life, and just the people around me. Like, God is really, truly amazing. Like, unlimited opportunities, unlimited grace, unlimited patience. So I don't know what season y'all are in, if it's been rough for y'all, but just keep going. And I know people say that, and it's like, you don't know what I've been through. You don't, been there, still there, honestly. I'm telling y'all. And give yourself grace. I don't care if you're like, oh, I hate God, or I don't believe in God, or I don't, a higher energy, a higher power, or just believing yourself that you can do it. And I know that everyone says these cliches, but just please keep going. Whatever you do, you keep going. We're all going to die one day. And I'm not judgmental of people who take themselves out, because I had plenty of thoughts of doing that. It's a miracle that I'm still here. I'm going to be honest. It's God's will, because there's so many times, it's my own will too, but there's so many times I wanted to take me out. But I didn't, and I'm here. And it's rough, but I'm here. I'm present. I'm doing the best that I can, and that's enough, even when it doesn't feel like it. I just really want to encourage y'all to keep going. Like, I know it feels like the impossible is just right in front of your face. I know it feels like I don't want to do this anymore. I want to give up. I'm tired. Y'all, I'm still tired. I know you're receiving rejection after rejection. You're like, God, why are you doing it? Let me tell you how good God is. Literally, the week I found out, oh, you owe $4,614, I kid you not. And like that moment, my job messaged us, oh, no big deal, but just because it's like slower and we're not really worried about it, we're going to be cutting out. I'm just going to make a few changes to the schedule. That's what they said, right? I go on that bitch, they cut my hours. I'm like, God, they just told me that I have to pay $4,614 within 14 days. And you're telling me that my job cut my fucking hours? What? But I'm thanking God that happened, because then the next day I got to rest, and then the next day after that I got to get what I needed to get done with the housing authority, because they pushed my time back. Usually I go in at 7:30 a.m. I went in at 10 a.m. and because of that I was able to get so much more done. I was able to check stuff off my list for the housing authority before my leasing agent went on break, and I'm so thankful and grateful for that. Also, because over the last couple months, like, my hours have been cut, shit has been slow, whatever, it really benefited me as when it came to the voucher, because there's only so much I'm not making money because they cut my hours and shit. But I feel like a part of that benefited me as it pertains to what portion I would have to pay for the rent. God is amazing. Like, I don't know. Anyway, y'all, I'm still in it. Oh, also, y'all, it'd be the little things. Like, I was working in New York, right? So I was working at Uggs, and because I work for Reflex, which, by the way, if y'all want to do Reflex, ask for my referral code so we can both make some money. When you work for Reflex and go to Uggs, you get your first pair of Uggs for free. Like, am I saying this right? The first time you work there, you get a free pair of Uggs. There you go. I go there yesterday and I get my free pair of Uggs, right? And they're purple. And that's my favorite color. I'm like, yo, God is amazing. Like, God is amazing. God has just been so good to me. God is amazing. Even when I can't see it, I don't understand it, it makes sense now. And I'm just like, God, you are so amazing. Like, and I want you to keep blowing my mind. I want you to keep blowing the mind of those around me, and those who are listening to this. I want you to blow their minds too, because I want you to do what you did for me within less than 24 hours. I want you to do it within less than 5 minutes for them. Like, I want you to show them that you are the one that makes things that seem impossible possible. Like that, I want you to show them. I want you to show them. I want you to blow their fucking minds. I want you to do 20,000 times more what you did for me for them. That's what I want. I want more for y'all than for me, period. I want you to blow their minds. I want my mind blown and tenfold. I want you to show me why you're God, why you are amazing. I want you to show me, not because you have to prove yourself, but just because I just want to feel all your glory. I want you to show me why I continue to give you all this praise. Not that you have to show, don't have to prove anything, but I just want you to show me. I want you to show up, show the fuck out. Like, God is amazing. I'm breathing. I'm drinking water. Y'all, I love water. I'm drinking water. I got to eat today. There's times in my life where I was starving. There's times in my life I didn't even have enough money to buy myself pads. I didn't have enough money to buy myself a fucking toothbrush. When I first came back from Louisiana, I didn't have any fucking money. I couldn't even buy myself hygiene products. But God made a way. My sister brought me hygiene products. I was able to take care of my hygienics because of my sister, and I'm thanking God. Like, the support system I have around me, I am grateful. And even if my support system is small but mighty, and even if you feel like I don't have a support system, yes you do. You may not have connected with them yet, but yes you do. You have to remain open. I'm still opening myself up. I want to expand my support system. I want God to keep blowing my mind. I want to expand my community. I want to lean in on my community because I know I don't have to go at it alone. God didn't put us on this earth alone, so why the fuck would I be going at it alone? Makes no fucking sense, y'all. God is amazing. This is a time to lean in on yourself, on God, community. And if you don't believe in God, a higher energy. Just a higher energy. When I'm saying God, I'm saying a higher energy. Like, it's a higher power, like, and it's within you. It's within all of us. God is within us. We are all God. Everything is God. Like, Everything is God. Everyone is God. It's about perspective. Like, it's within us. It's within us. God is within us. I'm just really thankful and grateful to be existing right now. Like, I just thankful and grateful to have my eyes open up and to see God pour into me, see God pour into others, to see people pour into each other. Like, it makes me really joyful. And yeah, and also I wanted to mention, y'all, there's a lot of like times where I was hesitant to ask like the churches or something, and I'm like, I haven't been to church in a mile, I don't want to ask them for help. But like my best friend said, that's what they're there for. Do not hesitate to ask people for help. You got to drop that ego, be prepared for rejections, whatever, but don't be afraid to ask for support. Everyone needs support. No one is perfect. We're all going through something. It is what it is. And if somebody wants to support you, please do not reject that. You accept that support. And of course, I'm coming from a high vibrational place. I'm talking about, if God is sending you support, you accept that support. If a higher energy is sending you support, you accept that support. And you'll know. If somebody's like trying to give you ultimatums or alternatives, like, oh, I'll do this for you, you do this. No. And coming from like a low energy, or you got to question it. No. But I don't know. God is amazing. Y'all keep going. Prayerfully, if y'all listen to this, it helps somebody. I'm just grateful. And yeah, God is amazing. Period.